Hi, I'm Bob Davis. Welcome to I Can Light That, Episode 2. We're taking it to the streets. What do you do when you have an outdoor e-session and the skies are gray? We've had an awful lot of gray skies lately in Chicago. Say no to on-camera flash. All these pictures were made using my Canon EOS 1D Mark IV or my 5D Mark II, in conjunction with off-camera flash triggered via the Canon STE2 wireless transmitter with Radio Popper PX transmitter and receiver and two 580EX2 speed lights in ETTL mode. I'm grateful to have my son Bobby Davis assist me by being a voice-activated human light stand, moving the two 580EX2s ganged together, acting as one flash for greater output. The speed lights were mounted using a triple threat by Bruce Dorn of IDC Photo. The triple threat will allow you up to 3 speed lights mounted acting as one. All settings and lighting diagrams will be given per photo. So let's get into this. Look at the light. That overcast gray sky, I have two options. Either I expose for the dramatic sky or I expose for the subjects. Well, of course I want to get a nice picture of Lacey and Pat as they're standing on the bridge over the Chicago River, but in this picture there's no sky. It's gray and lifeless. Here's the available light setup without flash. 580, not there, no drama. By adding some lighting, I can create the light I want. Using my off-camera flash makes a huge difference. It could turn that gray day into a dramatic scene, creating the light you want. All these examples are lit using 2 speed lights ganged together acting as one. Here's how we did the shot. Using the 5D Mark II with a 16 to 35mm lens in manual mode, ISO 400, at 500th of a second at f4, daylight white balance. Using high-speed flash sync allowed me to exceed the camera's normal flash sync speed. The 5D I believe is somewhere around 200th of a second. So using the shutter speed, I'm able to dial down the ambient light, creating that dramatic sky. Light creates the mood. Compare these two pictures. They're both basically the same composition, lens, everything's the same. One is with flash and one is without flash. Here's the settings on how we accomplish this shot. The flash on the left, the picture on the left of Lacey and Pat has no flash. It's shot with the Mark IV with a 70-200 lens at 500 ISO at 1/200th of a second at f2.8. Nice, good image. Everything's working out well. But then we wanted to create some drama and get some backlighting in there. So in the right picture, Bobby ran across the street and lit Lacey and Pat from behind. And I'm on the other side of the street using the 200mm lens. And the only difference is I increased my shutter speed to 500th of a second. Again, using that high-speed flash sync, allowing me to dial down the ambient light. Off-camera flash backlighting adds sparkle. I like the available light picture, but I wanted to create that sense of drama, create that mood. Remember, shutter speed equals ambient light, aperture equals flash output. The ambient light is the fill, and I use all the light available to me, and my strobes are my key light, my main light, to add that drama. Your only limitation is in your own imagination. Here I wanted to do something a little bit different with Lacey and Pat. So as they went for a little romantic cab ride around the city, I decided to mount a camera on the rear of the car and fire it remotely, with the flash being inside the cab to give that light for drama. So I mounted the 5D Mark II on the trunk of the cab with a 16 to 35mm lens on it, ISO 160 at 1/8 of a second in aperture priority mode, and the camera was triggered using a Radio Popper JRX, transmitter and receiver, to control the camera. The camera had the STE2 transmitter with the radio popper PX transmitter on it, which was communicating to the flash inside the car. So as I'm firing the camera with the JRX, the PX is doing all the wireless work communicating between camera and flash. Get that light where you want it. So as our cab ride came to an end and our shoot was coming to a close, I saw one last great shot that I wanted to capture of Pat and Lacey. I said, Bobby, run out, get that flash on the driver's side of the cab, and just want to get a kiss of light coming inside the cab. Get that light where you need it. So I jumped outside the cab using my 70 to 200 millimeter lens, composed my shot, bam, create the light you want. And get that light where you want it. I love the mood created by the external lighting. So that wraps up episode 2. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for sharing. Become that seeker of light. Visit us at bobanddawndavis.info and leave us some love. And it's a great place to drop us a line and tell us what you'd like to see on I Could Light That. Become that seeker of light. Cheers.